Hello everyone, I'm Miss Cavarina Moyano. Welcome to my studio at home. I'm an art teacher at Abuqua Academy and I'm making this video for some of my youngest students. In the video today, we're going to learn how to draw a bear. Before we get started with actually drawing our bear, we're going to examine some of the features of a bear so that we kind of have an idea about shape and proportion. Here's a real bear that we're looking at, and we can see looking at this bear that the shape of his head is primarily, that's right, it's a circle. And the shape of his ears is primarily, yep, half circles. Some of you might have said rainbows, and that works as well. We want to look at the shape, the circle, in addition to the size. Now this size of a circle compared to this half circle. This one's obviously much smaller. These are some of the characteristics of a bear that make a bear look like a bear and not a mouse or an elephant or a different animal. The bear characteristics are the bear's head is large and very round, and his ears are much smaller, and there's a wide gap between them. Now, if this were a mouse, his ears would be much bigger and closer together. If it was a dog, he would have pointy ears, but he's not. He's a bear. And he has a big round head and little smaller fuzzy ears and very tiny eyes. All right, let's get started drawing. I clipped my piece of printer paper onto a drawing board like this, just so that you can be able to see the drawing as I work straight on. I also am going to be using my number 2 pencil, just a regular pencil that I have at home. And I'm gonna start by looking around my house for a circle, a nice, perfect circle to use for my bear's head. I found this wooden round thing that went on the top of a candle. Kind of held it up, and I decided that's a little bit too small, so I'm going to keep hunting around my house for the right size circle. I found this bowl in my kitchen, and I tried this, and it was too big for my bear's head. Now I want to have plenty of room for my bear's ears, and also I want to include a body on my bear, so I want just the right circle. So you're going to need to pause and look for the right circle. I found this old CD, which is from my mat cutter, and this is how we used to watch movies in the olden days. We would have to put one of these into a machine to watch a movie. Your parents might have one of these around the house somewhere, these relics. And then I'm going to very softly, using whisper lines, trace around my CD like this. Again, pause this so you can catch up with me, okay? Make sure you pause and catch up. So make sure that you can see that. Now, whisper lines are so light you can barely see them. Okay? I'm going to be drawing a little bit darker because I want you to actually see what I'm doing, but I want you to use your whisper lines, okay? Now I'm going to run around my house and find something that works for ears. Remembering that I want them smaller and pretty far apart. I can use this or this one. No, I think I like this one better. Remember that these are only half circles. These are not full circles. So I don't want to have my circle sticking above the other circle, right? I want it at the halfway line. and parents can help to show where what half means. Remember that I want those far apart. If I put them too close together, it will look like a mouse, and I don't want it to look like a mouse. I want it to look like a bear. There I go. There's my ears. The next thing I'm going to do is now put in another half circle inside that half circle to show the inner part of my bear's ears. Okay, now remember to pause and catch up to me, and then play or rewind however you need to. Next thing I'm going to do is draw in my bear's snout. This is a nice big oval. Oops. I'm going to hold it up close so that you can see it. Nice big oval. Now again, you can run around your house and find shapes that might work for an oval. I found this bottle of glue in my studio and see that it has a nice oval shape at the bottom, but when I held it up, it wasn't quite big enough. I could still kind of trace around it loosely, but I chose just to draw mine in. And I know that you are a good oval drawer, and you can draw your oval in as well if you'd like to, or look for a shape. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to draw another oval inside that oval, only it's going to be a much smaller oval, but still pretty big because remember, big nose on his snout. Now a small tiny line underneath, and I'm giving my bear a smile. Your bear might have more of a smirk or whatever kind of smile that you decide just right. Gives your bear a little different characteristics. Now, tiny eye over here. The eyes are pretty far apart. The next thing I'm going to do is drawing some ovals for some arms. Now, the bear walks around on 4 legs, so he's got some pretty big, strong arms. I'm going to draw 1 oval for an arm, 2 ovals for an arm, and then I'm going to draw ovals for his feet like this. Ready? Here we go. And the other one. Now I'm going to actually look for the very center line to start his feet, and I can see that this is the center of his nose, and I'm kind of, you can see my head bobbing through here. I'm drawing upside down, just a little bit tricky. So there we go, there's that one, and another oval over here for his other big foot, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to give him a big paw there. Now, then lastly, what we can do to make his whole body is find a nice big bowl or plate or something round to trace to create that body, or you can just draw it in. Actually, in my my friends at Abaquah, there's a lot of really good artists who can, you know, free draw a lot of pretty amazing things. I really miss having them in the studio, but I hope this will help and you can create a bear at home. And we can share them on the Google Classroom site so everyone can see each other's bears. Because here's the next fun part. I want you to make your bear original by adding some other characteristics to it. On this bear, I added in some flowers. He just went flower picking. maybe your bear, maybe your bear has a balloon, or maybe your bear's wearing a hat, or maybe your bear has a bow tie. Who knows? I think it's time to make your bear unique. Make your bear original. Then, so pause here and finish up some fun bear qualities. Okay, now that your bear is all finished and all of the lines that you love are done, you are going to get to go over all of the lines you love with a black crayon. I don't have any crayons at my house, but in my studio I have these black pencils, so I can use a black pencil to go over all of my lines. Or if your parents are okay with you using a Sharpie, make sure that you have, and you're not doing this on your kitchen table or dining table, you can go over your lines with a Sharpie or a black marker. Then what I want you to do is color in your bear. I always start with giving my bear a black nose, because no matter what type of bear he is, he's probably going to have a black nose. So that's what I did, and I left a little tiny white spot for shine. I'm not going to color my bear yet. I am going to surprise you with my bear on your Google Classroom stream. So I hope you do the same. Surprise me with your bear on the Google Classroom stream. Thank you so much for joining me and bearing with me today during this video. I hope that you had fun drawing a bear and making it uniquely your own and giving it some fun bear character. I can't wait to see what you made on Google Classroom. Again, don't forget to upload your bear on Google Classroom, and I'll upload my updated colored bear too. See you there.